And we're back. It's Thursday, May 16, 2024. My name is Matt. I don't want to go through the whole spiel this morning, so I'm just going to get straight into the news. Let's just get straight into it. Tornado Cash developer Alexi Perv was sentenced to 64 months in jail on May 14th for money laundering. He's been being held in a Netherlands jail since August of 2022. If you guys were trying to do the math in your head, 64 months is just a little over 5 years. The reason why he was convicted on money laundering charges is that Tornado Cash does not pose any barrier for people with criminal assets who want to launder them. That's why the court regards the defendant guilty of money laundering activities as charged. And that was in quote. The United States Treasury has alleged that Tornado Cash was a key tool for North Korean hacking group Lazarus. The Lazarus group has been tied to $625 million of the Axie Infinity's Ronin network hack and other major crypto thefts. Alexi, he filed an appeal with the Court of Appeals in the Netherlands, and it's a big long word. Whatever the court is, it's Herzogenbosch Court of Appeals. If you are from the Netherlands and listening to this, which we do have a couple dozen of you, please let me know how you say that. Sorry for butchering your language. Anyway, this trial is pretty important, not just for Alexi, but for future trials of other Tornado Cash developers, including Roman Storm and Roman Semenov, who also face allegations of money laundering and sanction violations in the United States. Storm will go to trial this September, but Semenov has not been arrested yet. This week, OpenAI launched its latest version of OpenAI GPT-4. It's 4.0. And in the wake of this, two prominent executives left OpenAI. This is coupled with departures from other executives earlier this year. And now it seems that there's nobody committed to safe and human-centered AI development at the company left. These people that were working at OpenAI left without some of the most important minds pursuing an ethical approach toward AGI. There are signs that the failed ouster of Sam Altman removed resistance to the more lucrative but ethically cloudy opportunities. Shortly after reinstating Sam Altman at OpenAI, OpenAI loosened restrictions for using AI for things like weapons development, something that OpenAI guidelines previously banned at the company. In addition to that, apparently they struck a deal with the Pentagon, and the company is exploring the use of OpenAI for the creation of adult content. Honestly, I can't believe that wasn't the first thing that they did, but then again, whatever. The diminishing strength of ethics advocates, apparently it looks like there's a diminishing strength of ethics advocates and guidelines that extends way beyond OpenAI. Microsoft, they asked its entire ethics and society team in January. Google sidelined its responsible AI task force, and Meta disbanded its ethical AI crew. Apparently, there's nobody at the ethical helm of these companies anymore. And if anybody is surprised by that, I got a bridge to sell you over here in Cleveland. Shout out to my boy Dennis Porter, because Oklahoma has become the first state to pass a law protecting the right to self-custody of Bitcoin. The new law says citizens cannot be prevented from holding and controlling digital assets using a hardware wallet. It also says that the state government cannot ban or restrict the use of crypto to purchase legal goods and services. This is the Bitcoin Rights Bill, or HB 3594, and it was signed into law by Oklahoma's Republican Governor Kevin Stitt. Dennis Porter said, "I think at the end of the day, lawmakers across the country are very open to this type of policy." And he continues to say that his Satoshi Action Fund created the template for the bill, which has been introduced in 15 other states as well. The bill also states that it should be legal in Oklahoma to participate in home digital asset mining as long as the person engaging in home digital asset mining complies with local noise ordinances. So therefore, you can mine at home. It doesn't give you a restriction on how much you can mine or how many rigs you can have, which is great. Just you got to keep the noise down. Dennis, he says that these laws are inevitably coming to other states. And it's not a left versus right issue. However, if this is going to be a state-by-state issue, I feel that this is going to play out very left versus right. Dennis concluded by saying, as we see the technology growing in attention and getting more and more scrutiny, we do see folks on the left taking a closer look and not believing what mainstream media tells them about this technology. I hope that is the case. That is definitely a conversation I have regularly. I have a little bit of an update on the hostage situation in Nigeria when it comes to these two Binance executives. Tigran Gambaran, who's been imprisoned in Nigeria for 100 days, is going to stand trial beginning this Friday, his 40th birthday. Let me catch you up in this timeline of what's been going on with this case. So on February 22nd, Nigerian anti-corruption security authorities have launched a wide-ranging investigation into Binance's suspected facilitation of currency manipulation and illicit finance transactions on its platform. The country's telecommunications regulator also blocked access to the crypto exchange's website. On February 28th, Nigerian authorities detained Tigran Gambaran and Nadeem Anjarwalla. On March 5th, Binance delists the Nigerian currency, the Naira, from its platform and withdraws all of its services from Nigeria, leaving an estimated 13 million users in the country scrambling for alternatives. March 18th, Nigerian court orders Binance to disclose the data for millions of its customers to authorities. On March 22nd, Anjarwalla eludes his guards after a prayer service at a mosque and uses his Kenyan passport to fly out of Nigeria. March 29th, Nigeria's Anti-Corruption Agency and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission charges Binance's Gambaran and Anjarwalla with money laundering and related charges. April 3rd, Binance breaks its long silence and says Gambaran and Anjarwalla, they don't have decision-making authority. Why are you holding them? April 4th, Gambaran appears in court for his arraignment but cannot enter a plea after Nigerian officials make procedural mistakes. April 5th, Gambaran is transferred to an underground cell maintained by the EAFC. See, let me just fill this in. Before then, he was held in a guest house, apparently above ground. Now he is transferred underground to a cell. April 8th, Gambaran pleads not guilty to 5 counts of money laundering and is remanded to a medium security prison until his bail hearing on April 19th. April 23rd, after repeated delays, Nigerian court finally conducts a bail hearing for Gambaran and postpones ruling until May 17th, which is after his trial date starts. April 29th, Nigerian authorities freeze 1,100 bank accounts of crypto traders as the Nigerian crackdown widens. On April 30th, a senior Interpol official said Anjarwalla was tracked to Kenya, and the International Police has issued a red notice for his detainment and potential extradition to Nigeria. On May 7th, Binance CEO Richard Tung breaks a long silence on the crisis and shares key details of the events preceding the detainment of Gambaran and Anjarwalla in February. He laments that it's a deeply distressing ordeal that Gambaran and his family and friends have been forced to endure. On May 9th, Nigeria's Ministry of Information dismisses Tung's accusations that officials demanded a $150 million bribe from Binance to settle a dispute as lacking substance. Basically, that is true. They held these guys and said, hey, give me $150 million or we're going to keep them. And now they're still there. That sounds like extortion, but I'm not a legal scholar. Gambaran's trial starts tomorrow. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening with this because this is literally crazy. And finally, the futures Powerhouse, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or the CME, plans to start offering spot Bitcoin trading to clients. The exchange has held discussions with traders who want to trade Bitcoin on a regulated marketplace. I guess Coinbase isn't good enough. I guess Kraken isn't good enough. They need to have a regulated marketplace. And so the CME is going to offer a spot Bitcoin trading exchange. Mark Thielen, who is the founder of 10x Research, said crypto exchanges might lose some business with the potential debut of a Bitcoin spot market on the CME, which is a global derivatives giant, as the present bull run is particularly driven by institutions who prefer to trade on regulated avenues. Now let's talk about those crazy and dangerous Bitcoin prices.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And the time is 9:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Fear greed is at 61. We're finally greedy. We have Bitcoin sitting at $65,975, up 2.6% in 24. It's down almost 1% in an hour because I woke up this morning. It was almost about to touch 67,000, and now we've dropped back a little bit. Don't know why. Ethereum's at $2,975, pretty much even from yesterday. Tether's number 3, Binance is at $575, down a little bit from yesterday, but honestly, I think it's pretty much even. And Solana's up 6.7% at $160.94. Running off the top 10, we have USDC, XRP, Toncoin, which dropped a little bit, drops around 4.6%. It's at 667. Dogecoin is pretty much even in number 9, and Cardano is number 10. And total market cap is at 2.37 trillion. That's up 2.5%. A Bitcoin dominance of 54.7, ETH dominance of 15.1, and that was our show today. Sarah will be back tomorrow, and also look on our Substack for our weekly roundup, other content, articles, and more. You can follow us at DCN Daily Crypto on Substack or on Twitter. And until tomorrow, happy hodling, everyone.
Max on the mic, dropping facts like a pro. Bitcoin's on the rise, but it ain't all for show. Ethereum, smart contracts, blockchains glow. Daily updates keep you in the know.